You know how in distribution, sometimes things get a little messy between shipping and invoicing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you want that customer order number to just flow smoothly from the shipment all the way to the invoice,
Yeah,
right?
right.
But often it doesn't quite work out that way.
Exactly. And then you're stuck with manual entry and all the potential errors that come with it.
And today, we're going to dig into how one company tackled this exact problem.
That's right. We'll see how they managed to automate that process and eliminate the headaches.
And leading the charge on this solution was Noor.
An associate software engineer at Tiana Solutions.
5 years of ERP experience under her belt.
Over 150 business scenarios she's tackled.
And something like 100 base screen customizations in Acumatica.
She's a real pro.
No kidding. And today, we're zeroing in on one particularly clever solution that she came up with.
Sounds good.
So to set the stage, we're talking about ABC Distributor. And their big thing was they needed that customer order number.
Which is already on the shipment, right?
Captured during the shipment process.
To automatically show up on the invoice.
Makes sense. That's crucial for a clear audit trail, right?
Absolutely. You want to be able to see that each invoice lines up perfectly with the original customer order.
But it turns out the standard Acumatica system wasn't always making that connection.
Right. It worked fine in some situations.
Yeah.
But in others, it kind of fell short.
Especially, I imagine, when a single shipment had items from multiple different customer orders.
You got it. That's a pretty common practice, to keep shipping costs down.
Bundle things together.
Yeah. But what we found was that when that happened, the system would just leave the customer order number field on the invoice completely blank.
Oh, wow.
So, to fix this, Noor took a deep dive into Acumatica's create invoice process.
Okay, so that's the automated part that takes the shipment info and turns it into an invoice.
Precisely. And she wanted to see exactly where things were going wrong.
Like, why was the customer order number disappearing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially in those multi-order shipments.
So she basically had to get under the hood of that invoice creation process.
Yeah, figure out the mechanics of it all. And the solution she came up with,
What did she do?
a custom extension.
Oh, fancy.
But it's super effective, specifically for the sales order shipment part of Acumatica.
Okay.
So imagine it like adding a special tool to the system.
A tool that lets you fine-tune things.
Exactly. Without messing with the core programming.
So it stays stable even when Acumatica gets updated.
Exactly. And within this custom extension, she tweaked that create invoice method we were talking about.
Okay, how did that work?
Well, the key was adding some custom logic. Yeah, like a set of rules. The code first checks if the shipment has items from more than one customer order.
Okay, makes sense.
And if it does, it looks to see if all those orders use the same customer order number.
Interesting. So it's making sure there's no confusion.
Right. It only automatically fills in that number on the invoice if everything lines up perfectly.
If all the related orders have that same customer order number.
Exactly.
So it's like a more intelligent automation.
It is.
So by stepping into that invoice creation process and adding this logic, she essentially eliminated the need for manual entry in most cases.
Pretty much.
And how did this whole issue even come to light?
Well, ABC Distributor, they reached out to us.
They were the ones who flagged it.
Yeah, their team was tired of manually entering the data.
Makes sense. It's a pain.
And they saw how easily mistakes could happen.
So a real-world problem sparked this whole solution.
Absolutely. And when we dug in, we saw that, the standard create invoice function was overwriting that field in those multi-order shipments.
So Noor's solution streamlined the whole thing?
Streamlined and, more importantly, accurate.
Exactly. Which is a great takeaway for anyone listening.
Yeah.
Targeted technical tweaks can make a huge difference.
Oh, yeah. For efficiency, for accuracy, the whole 9 yards.
So if you're struggling with similar data integration issues, especially in distribution,
or if you're an Acumatica user looking to really optimize things,
it might be time to get some expert help.
it could make a world of difference.
And that's where Tiana Solutions comes in.
We've got the in-depth Acumatica knowledge,
And tons of experience solving these kinds of problems.
just like Noor did here.
Exactly. We can create custom solutions that fit your specific needs.
So you can say goodbye to those manual processes.
And hello to a much smoother workflow.
Sounds good to me.
As you think about your own business, what other manual data entry points are slowing you down?
Or causing errors.
Think about how much you could gain by automating those.
It might be more than you think.
It's all about working smarter, not harder.
Couldn't agree more.
So consider exploring those automation possibilities. You might be surprised at what you can achieve.
And who knows, maybe you'll uncover some hidden efficiencies you didn't even know were there.